Good evening, participants. A warm welcome to you all to the 13th session of Power Talks on Cyber Threats in Future, presented by Ms. Sandra Mercelin of LBS ITW. On behalf of IEEE Kerala chapter, I welcome Ms. Sandra to present her talk on cyber threats in future. Sandra, over to you.
Okay, thank you for giving us to introducing me to all. Okay, myself Sandra Mercelin. I'm studying in third year in computer science engineering in LBS Institute of Technology for Women, Thiruvananthapuram. So my topic is cyber threats in future. So let's go to the point. Okay, since COVID-19, the US FBI reported a 300% increase in reported cyber crimes because but I don't say that there was no cyber threats, cyber attacks before COVID-19, but now it was there, but now it has drastically exponentially increased. So more than 93% of healthcare organizations have experienced a data breach over past 3 years because now I can see an example. Most of it's a fact that most of the hospitals have their database vulnerable. That is, anyone can hack your database. So 95% of cybersecurity breaches are due to human error because it is actually due to our fault the cybersecurity breach and cyber attacks will occur because we don't most of them don't care about the cybersecurity either due to their lack of awareness and so on because many of them keep their passwords very simple manner. So I will tell about it later. Then 43% of cyber attacks target small businesses. And another alarming fact that there's a hacker attack every 39 seconds. Next, for the first attack I will go. Okay, machine learning cyber attack. You know, machine learning is a very vast domain in computer science engineering, and it's fast. And now it's in a developing stage. So many researchers are going still now. We use machine learning because of its amazingly increasing accuracy and faster nature, but because they handle tremendous amount of data and handle with it, right? So hackers use this faster behavior against his cyber protection ability. So they can attack and hack all information before you can even discover the attack because machine learning is very fast within and they will process the data within a blink of an eye. So we can before we make out they will the all data will be lost. Next is ransomware occurs for data and web security and response and the respective professional. And as I earlier mentioned, there's a drastic increase in the cyber security. Most of them were ransomware. You know what is ransomware, right? That is encrypting all of your files and data and then demanding a ransom so that you can retain your files and data. So the growth rate of ransomware is unbelievably high because ransomware is actually a business for hackers because if suppose if a hacker make 100 send 100 ransomwares to 100 systems, he can get money from the out three systems out of that. Okay, so ransomware will not only hack your data but also helps hackers blackmail you based on the information they got. Then another one, ransomware. So this hacker will pretend like a law enforcement agency, stating that I am a law enforcement agency, and you have a pirated software in your system, and you have to pay a fine for that. So naturally, we will believe. So this is a crack version, so you have to pay a fine. So they will pay a fine. And this is a highlight. The highlight is that the victim will not report it as a ransomware attack. This is actually the highlight of it, and it can cost you a very large amount of money. So hackers can make money easily by creating some ransomware. And another point I have to add is that definitely there are tools which will recover your system from ransomware by studying its algorithm and decrypting it. Definitely it's there, but it's actually the the process is very rare, and I don't hear say about that. attacks through IoT. You know what is IoT? It's Internet of Things, right? So every in our home, every electronic systems and gadgets are connected by using internet, and you can even control it when you're out of house. So it reduces a lot of complexity. But one disadvantage is that even when your system is connected with an internet, that vulnerability increases. So criminals can hack one of your devices and then it can have access your entire information, both personal and professional. And they are prone to DDoS attacks and bring down the whole system based on internet. Next is blockchain hacking and cryptojacking. So hackers, the criminals are hacking the entire blockchain system and they get individual information and company data as well. So spoofing and identity theft is increasing on a higher scale. Even if we think that blockchain, so it's very encrypted, so it's very safe, but still hacking occurs because hackers are very intelligent. Then they are also mining cryptocurrencies for their wallet through cryptojacking. What is cryptojacking? Cryptojacking is an unauthorized use of someone else's computer to mine cryptocurrencies. This is actually called cryptojacking. I told this because you're not familiar with this term. Next is weak passwords and two-factor authentication. The weaker the password, easier the hacking. This is actually a fact you have to keep in your mind because I will tell you a story. Actually, I have a best friend who is studying along with me, and I asked for a hotspot in her mobile. So what the password was very funny because what it was QWERTY 123. That is small letter QWERTY 123. It's very easier to crack her hotspot very easily. Even small anyone can crack her password. So I asked why you are making simple passwords for this hotspot because it's very dangerous to your phone as well as your data. So she said that എൻ്റെ phone hack ചെയ്താലും ഒരു പ്രശ്നമൊന്നുമില്ല, like that. So actually the mentality is if they will say if my phone got hacked then I don't care, nothing is that. This actually you have to change the mindset, the mentality, because cyber threat and cyber attack is very dangerous and it's actually um, feels you insecure. So hackers can hack your phone through redirecting text message to your phone for authentication using two-factor authentication process. Then choosing a strong password is important because strong password, see, don't use a very simple password like ABC123 and what these two passwords are very common because anyone can hack instantly. And just use strong passwords, just add special characters, numbers, and remembering your password is your responsibility because if you care about your cyber security, then you have to do it. Next is physical infrastructure hacking. So if you have an organization, beware of this hack. Physical infrastructure consists of water authority, some other things like electricity and so on. So they are cyber physical infrastructure at the hacking are they target reputed organizations like media channels, power grid, and transportation networks. Then it has a potential to cause extensive disorder. Actually, cyber attack actually is will create a loss to the company, either irrespective of the massive impact they make. It's actually a very big blow to each and every firms, even if it is small or big, because if you send a ransom to that computer, you cannot work it with it. So the decryption, it's actually rare case if you can. No one is doing that much. So how much, I don't know how far it's reliable. I just heard about a tool or ransomware and so on. So this is actually a big blow to the company, and they are not they are if the hackers take off the data, then this persons related to that company will feel insecure about their sensitive data they are given to the company because their sensitive confidential data is in the hands of someone, not with the company. So is actually a very dangerous situation. Next, Next is AI-based hacking. AI offers different applications which you can complete within the blink of an eye. So, you know, artificial intelligence and machine learning are linked. That is, machine learning is actually part of artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence will help you to do work within the blink of eye. It's very fast, and the researches are still going on. If you want to create a robot, then you have to, then the artificial intelligence is a part of it. So it is self-aware and thinking various ways. This is actually specialty of artificial intelligence. That is, the machine can think by itself, and instead of running and executing the program, right? So one, the disadvantage is that once AI is corrupted, you can't stop it from doing its task, because by the time you're going to stop it, it will have completed all tasks. So another point I missed out, right? So machine learning, they can, with artificial intelligence and machine, they can create very intelligent malware, and they can steal data within a blink of an eye. So before making out, they will take every data. So this is actually a danger in artificial intelligence. If you are interested in web series, I might recommend the Age of AI series, which is actually available in YouTube. The starring is Robert Downey Jr. It's very interesting. So they will say about that in the danger in AI. The first episode itself, that is simulating a child about and showing spider, duck, and so on, and teaching them. This is called machine learning. Because I heard a quote that humans are hooked and machines are learning. This is actually the case. Then email phishing and mail exploit. One of the favorite phishing is actually personally speaking, phishing is very traditional and efficient way of hacker of taking data, siphoning of data. It's actually one of the favorite tools of cyber criminals, corrupt cyber protection. Then phishing is actually one of the IT security challenges that are difficult enough to defend. For example, I sent a spam mail to someone else, actually a fake link, giving a fake link that saying that you have got this much amount price, and sending it. So what they think, naturally, so okay, I will claim it, I will collect it. So they will click into that link, but actually without know that person, that second, without that person's knowledge, some other files are downloaded which are malicious to their system. Some, even the systems get compromised on downloading that unknown files. Okay, the criminals also send malfunction content by fraudulent emails. So beware of fraudulent emails. Actually, don't go and don't blindly believe every emails coming from. So if you suspect any spam, just report it. Actually, they use then don't go into unknown links and so on. Then they use an exploit named Mailsploit to spoof the name of emails. And actually, Mailsploit, they mostly, it's actually an online platform where emails can be spoof email can be sent to it. It's actually it's a platform name, Mailsploit. Worm-based malware. Worm is actually a new technique that hackers are using to spread malware. That is, they actually spread through malicious links, like almost the same technique of phishing. Okay, the worms can compromise the networks faster than any other methods. Then worm can get phishing controls, previous firewall, and access to core of networks. So actually, malware, some we are, but actually when it gets downloaded, we are not aware of. We will get aware only if this message will come saying that, stating that you're getting compromised, your files are encrypted and so on. So actually, that's actually final. And PowerShell based attacks, almost impossible to identify such malware. Actually, this is actually one of the very dangerous PowerShell basic. So there is no need to hack, and the highlight is that there is no need to hack the data anymore. Then criminals can easily escape antivirus engines. Actually, we even, I have antivirus software McAfee, so I used to scan my system in once in a week, and so once in a week. Okay, so they cannot even detect this PowerShell attack, this kind of malware. So this behavior makes them more attractive to cyber criminals. So criminals can control a command and control server using PowerShell attack. Actually, PowerShell is somewhat like a command prompt in those. So actually, then The malware script can handle the device and make website compromise and access proxies. Cloud resource misconfiguration. Cloud is actually, all know that now we are storing data, large amount of data in cloud, right? Even the large companies and even persons will do it, but they are not knowing that it's not at all safe to store data in cloud, because hackers manage to get access to the particular data from the cloud, because the hackers can easily hack the cloud and get the data they want. Actually, they also store confidential data, even so so they can even the hackers can even manipulate a specific person. This is actually another shocking fact I actually missed. So this is because there is the misconfiguration of permission on the cloud resources. Actually, the cloud has to be the web security of the cloud must be tight. Actually, in my opinion, because everyone can access the cloud and not cloud and store the data, but at the same time, clouds can hack this cloud and take the data away. It's actually a disadvantage is cloud, because cloud but of course cloud is very cheapest and popular way to store data other than the server computer, because it does not need any main computer and so on. Unreliable employees. It's actually a core issue. In every field, the corrupted personals are there, right? Even not only in politics, but also in many field, in every field, because they actually act as a loyal employee, but are actually corrupting the cyber security themselves. For example, they might leaking the confidential informations about company, and this another company will hack into it. Actually, such thing. Actually, it is a fact that they are actually doing either for their personal needs or for their personal gain, and this is actually the main reason. The most dangerous virus to organization and the society as well. This is actually, see, any corrupt personals are danger to the society, so we have to avoid them. Virus malware. The hackers make the antivirus malicious, because we are actually downloading antivirus softwares like Norton and McAfee and so on, right? So they actually, these hackers makes this antivirus software also malicious. So for example, if we download from some of the unknown sites, so that's a very dangerous. So when we download our software malicious. And it's easy for the hackers to hack a system using malicious antivirus, as we definitely use one. Then new and advanced technologies for cyber hacking. So we all know that in computer science, not only in computer science, but in every domain, the technologies will go on changing, go on improving for our ease and so on. For people will find it much more easier with this technologies. So at the same time, when the computer improves, but at the same time, the hackers are also improving their technologies. So hackers are also becoming smarter and creating more advanced technologies for hacking. And now criminals are trying to listen to what we are saying and using our words to make information. You all heard about social engineering, right? So social engineering is actually an approach. For example, suppose this person A is a social engineer and he is talking to me and just taking other informations like what is your favorite series, which is your favorite food, which is your favorite color, and they just actually collect all these kind of personal information, and then they will used to manipulate you. Even this computer, this system, this application can manipulate you. It's actually can be used to manipulate you. It's actually a fact. So no, they can even, so suppose if your system gets compromised, they can even hear everything, see everything, and can even it's like a CCTV camera around you, a moving CCTV camera around you. Then you can already be a victim, but you might have no idea about it. So social, and we are actually we might be become a victim of social engineering and so on, but the fact is not we are is that we are not knowing about that. is actually the new disadvantages of advanced technology in cyber hacking. Lacking cybersecurity skills. Of course, the cybersecurity is one of the most demanded. Every software needs cybersecurity. Web security is very important because the people who trust in them should not feel insecure about their data. So our lack of knowledge in cybersecurity is taken advantage of hackers. So I just talked to you. If someone hacks your phone, so she gave a reply that if my phone hacks, they will nothing, they will get nothing. So actually, this is actually a very dangerous mentality because if a small thing a small thing they get from your phone might be valuable for the hackers. A small piece of information is enough. So weakness of us helps a cyber criminal succeed whatever they are doing. Then development of web security, then next another higher demand will be cybersecurity because we need cybersecurity specialists uh, who come securing their software. So we should so they are these companies are now busy employing cyber security analysts, IT security analysts, specialists. So many are. Okay, voice is breaking a bit. Okay, so what I was saying is that cyber security skill, lack of cyber security skill. So, okay, the development of web security is a need of the hour because almost every companies are busy employing the cyber security analyst, cyber specialist, and because they are for the sake of their security. Because they have to not only the company but also the people involved in it should feel secure about their their security of their sensitive information. So they are actually working on it really hard. So we should know about the different types of technology that can secure the whole cyber system because many researchers are going on in this field of cyber security, like how we can protect our system from this kind of malware and so on. And many are working keen interest on it, and so and there and the it is of high demand nowadays. Demand is going on in an exponential manner. So thank you, and that's all I have to say. Thank you for giving an opportunity to present the topic.
Thank you, Sandra, for your presentation. On behalf of
Yes,
IEEE Kerala chapter,
welcome.
I would like to convey our gratitude for presenting your talk on cyber threats in future. I hope it was an informative session. Also, I would like to thank all the participants for registering and participating in this session. Thank you all.